Now we're going to part 5. Part 5 says at least one brown card. What is the probability of getting at least one brown card? At least. We come across that phrase already, at least. At least. Yeah, because it says at least one brown card, you know, it says at least one brown card. At least one brown card. Brown card, at least one brown card. So why you mentioned 90 over 210? 90 over 210 is about green and green. He says 50 over 210 plus 20 over 210 plus 50 over 210. Do you agree or do you disagree? I would say, but yes. How can it be what that? What do you mean? He says 50 over 210 plus 20 over 210 plus 50 over 210 because he's using or. You see, at least means more than one. So it could be 1 or 2. Yeah, the word at least one means 1 or 2. Now, what are you about to say? Which one is the first probability? The 90 over 210, we cannot use the 90 over 210 because the 90 over 210 analyzing the probability of getting 2 green cards. The question says at least one brown card. The 50 and the 50. The 20 over 210, the 50 and the 50. Because it says at least one brown. At least one means 1 or 2. And here the keyword or. 1 plus 20 over 210. And it's not really just the 3 last numbers, you know. Pay attention to the question and interpret the meaning. What does at least one means to you? At least one, what does that mean to you? At least one. No, at least one does not mean you're just finding one. At least one does not mean you're just finding one. At least one. If I tell you I want at least $5, what that means? I tell you I want. Say that again. No. At least one. At least 5 doesn't mean no more than 5. At least, you know another way, another interpretation for at least 5. At least 5. Let me copy and paste it there. You know what at least 5 means? At least 5 means the least you can give is 5. The least. What does least means? Right. It's like a tongue twister. It's like, you see those words, we don't really use those words much. That is the thing. When last you used the word at least in your conversation today? Did you use the phrase at least? Did you use it yesterday, the day before? That is the situation. We don't normally use this word, so our interpretation of it is not really, is not really commonly used. Least means minimum, the minimum you can give. That's okay. So the minimum you can give. So at least 5 means you can give me 5, no less than 5. But you can give me more, isn't that so? You can give me 9 million. You can give me 10, you can give me 20. At least 5 means the minimum is 5 or anything more than it. So at least one means the minimum is 1 or 2. It does not mean 1 alone. 1 or 2. Because it's 2 we have, the maximum that we have 2. So at least 1 brong means 1 or 2. So that's why we have to include the 20. You understand? Because the or makes provisions for 2. So 50 or 50 or 20. Understood? Yeah, it takes some time to register. Just replay the video again a couple times. So here it is, the answer for at least 1. We have to add the 20, the 50, and the 50 because at least 1 means 1 or 2. So here is the 1. We have 2 ways of the 1s or 2, at least 1. Okay. So here it is, number 13, exemplified, and you will apply it now to the situation of 16 mangoes and 14 apples in a fruit basket. She's selecting randomly one after the other without replacing. Okay, so by now, persons that have been following with their pencil and pen and paper should have been, completing the tree diagram, as well as 2 mangoes, 2 apples, a mango followed by an apple, at least 1 apple. Okay, for number 13.